Mike Moore Media.
On our media line, I have Summer Woodard, and she is Reidsville City Manager. And Summer is here to tell us about a number of things happening around the city. Summer, hey, welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mike, and so glad to be back on the show and back with you.
I'm delighted to hear your voice, and we've got some good things to talk about today, as always, but that budget is done. It starts next Monday officially. Give us an idea of the budget, how it all came together, and the revaluation and all of that certainly affected all municipalities.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that. So one of the things I want to give a special thank you to all of our city staff and city departments, particularly Chris Phillips, Haywood Cloud, and Angela Stadler and Latasha Wade. They were instrumental in putting the budget together, finalizing numbers, and then I also want to give a thank you to Mayor Gorman, our city council, for seeing the need in our budget, and we actually got our budget passed last Tuesday, June the 11th, at our city council meeting, so we're very excited about that. A couple things in the budget. We did do a 4% COLA for all of our employees because of one of council's priorities is ensuring that our teammates are provided a good, stable work environment, and we certainly understand with the price of things in the world right now, a COLA certainly does help and go a long way.
Yes.
We also brought back our merit system, so some employees could see up to a 3% merit increase in this budget, and it's based on their annual evaluation. So again, just trying to focus on ensuring that our employees are taken care of for all the hard work that they do and the services they provide for our residents.
Certainly.
The biggest thing in this year's budget, of course, that every municipality, including Rockingham County, faced was the annual reevaluation. The city's current tax rate is 73 cents per $100 evaluation. With the reevaluation, we were able to drop that tax rate. So our new proposed tax rate that was approved last week went from 73 cents down to 66 cents per $100 evaluation. Mm-hmm. The big thing about that, with reval, that's something that's required by the North Carolina General Assembly in the state to happen at least every 4 years, no more. Can't go past 8 years without having it done. The last time Rockingham County did a reval was 4 years ago, so we were due for one this year. On average in Reidsville, most of our homes went up from anywhere from 30%. Some homes went up as high as 78% in the type of what their home is valued at. And a lot of that valuation was triggered by the housing market. Any of our listeners who purchased a home during pre- and post-pandemic or were sold a home during that time period probably is well aware of the real estate market that was driving the economic factor with residential home prices. Therefore, that's reflective in this reval. So that's one of the big things in the budget. But again, tax rate went from 73 cents per $100 of value down to 66 cents per $100 of value. The other big thing do want to make our viewers and listeners aware of is the city of Reidsville did have to look at doing a water and sewer rate increase. On average, that'll be about a 35% rate increase for residents with both water and sewer. If you do have just water or sewer only, that will fluctuate slightly more. It was desperately needed. The last time the city of Reidsville had done a water or sewer rate increase was in 2020. So that was 4 years ago. Anyone who's went to the grocery store just in the last couple months, the last couple of years, if you think about what you paid for a loaf of bread or a carton of eggs in 2020, I can promise you it is significantly increased if you go to the store today and try and buy the same product. That's what we're facing with our chemical cost, electrical cost. For instance, on a different note, our street lights went up. Duke Energy, our street lights increased $100,000 this year.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
there were just some factors that our budget could not absorb. so therefore we had to try and get some of those relief from passing that on, just to be able to provide services. So the one thing we did want to make sure that our listeners are aware, the water and rate sewer increase will not be effective until October the 1st. We wanted to make sure we got information out there to all the residents that may be affected by that increase, so they have time to start maybe setting aside. But on average, your water bill might increase $20. I know when we say 35%, a lot of times that sounds significantly, but when you equate it down to dollars, that can fluctuate anywhere from additional $10 up to $20 a month. So that was just a couple of the highlights in this year's budget process, but we certainly do appreciate the time that city staff put into the budget and for our council's consideration and adopting the budget. And for our listeners out there, if you've got any questions in reference to your property tax bill, water bill, please feel free to call us here at the City of Reidsville. Our number is 336-349-1030. We'll be glad to try and address any of the concerns that you may have or answer any questions you may have.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you for covering all of that so well, Summer. People don't realize how expensive it is to get water to our home. And when you mention even that Duke Energy there increasing your cost $100,000, that is not small change by any means, for sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now let's talk about a celebration coming up next week.
Absolutely. So let's talk something fun. So just wanted to make our listeners aware that the City of Reidsville, sponsored by our Parks and Rec Department, will be having our Independence Day celebration. It will be Wednesday, July the 3rd. We'll have fireworks, food, a kids zone, music. I believe the band that's playing is the Legacy Group. It will be Wednesday, July the 3rd from 9 p.m., and that is at Lake Reidsville. The address is 630 Waterworks Road in Reidsville, and the cost is $5 per car, and walk-ins are $3. So $5 a car or $3 for a walk-in, but that'll be next Wednesday from 5 to 9 p.m., July the 3rd, at Lake Reidsville, 630 Waterworks Road, and we will have our Independence Day celebration, fireworks, food, kids zone, music. It'll be a great time. So any of our listeners out there, we hope that you'll come join us for this wonderful celebration.
Yeah, that's always such a fun event in Reidsville. So 1 week from today, the Independence Day celebration. Oh, that's great. Well, I hope everyone can get to that and have a good time. You were mentioning your team and working on the budget earlier. Now, there's a really good example of Team Reidsville there. But let's talk about a new member of the team.
Yes, we're very excited. About 3 months ago, we were able to we had been looking for an economic development director, and then we had an opening for a city marketing director position. So one of the things we looked at doing was trying to combine those two positions. So we created a position called Director of City Marketing and Economic Development. The last 2 months, we've actually spent trying to find our next teammate for that position. We actually had 41 applicants for that position.
Wow.
And from the 41 applicants, we narrowed it down to 10 people. Members of our team interviewed those 10 people. We gave them, it was a pitch for why Reidsville. They had to do a press release on an economic development project, and they also had to create us a flyer for like our splash pad opening. So just trying to test to get a feel for some of our candidates there. From that group of 10, we then narrowed it down to 2 final candidates. And those 2 final candidates we invited to the city of Reidsville, gave them a tour, and did a one-on-one interview with our management team members, and then also myself and our 2 ACMs, along with our HR director and our interim economic development director, Mr. Williams. From those 2 individuals, we are very excited to announce that we have selected a candidate, and his name is Mr. Montana Brown. He will be starting for our team next Monday. His first day with us is July the 1st. He is actually, he comes from the city of High Point. He's been with the city of High Point for about 4 years. He's worked in various roles there. He got his start actually in planning and zoning and the inspections department, so he's familiar with that aspect. He worked his way up to where he's actually an economic development manager for the city of High Point. So we're very, very excited to welcome him and his expertise to our team. So hopefully we'll get him a scheduled section in your show, Mike, and let our listeners be able to get to know our newest teammate, Mr. Montana Brown, who's our new director of city marketing and economic development.
Oh, that's good news indeed. Well, look forward to meeting Montana. And, doesn't his credentials speak well, his qualifications and all of that. But, when you said over 40 applications, that makes a statement right there, doesn't it, about the people who see the value in being a part of Team Reidsville.
Absolutely. We were very, very thrilled to see so much interest in that position, to see the momentum we have going here at our team. So really want to thank any of those who submitted an application, because your time is very valuable. So thank you for your consideration.
Okay. And thank you for your time here, Summer. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, sir, Mike. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful July 4th celebration. If you're out and about, Mike, come and visit us next Wednesday on July the 3rd.
That sounds like a plan. All right, happy July 4th to you, and getting in the new fiscal year as well. Summer, always a pleasure. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye. That's Summer Woodard. She is city manager of Reidsville. And good news there about all kinds of things. Now, you can get more information about the city of Reidsville on website riseupresville.com. Follow them on Facebook and keep up with all of the events, and so many we didn't even talk about Market Square and all of the good things happening there. But you can find that on all social media platforms.